Before we begin, let us take a moment to bring our hands together in veneration. Our Father, our great teacher, who found this wisdom to attain the Nibbana, to achieve the ultimate goal in our lives. He is the fountain of loving kindness and compassion. He dedicated his lives to achieve this goal, to realize the true meaning of our lives, reminding ourselves the nobleness of our teacher. Let's bring our hands together in veneration, the Supreme Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay. I hope you all are practicing well. Like we met last week ago, and then I asked Bakulatero to do the 1 and 2 practice. I hope that you have practiced that at least half an hour every day. So that was our promise on that day. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said like a week ago, like the whole session, after the session, let's discuss the questions and problems. So if you have any things to raise, please leave it with you. And after the session, I'll give you some time to raise those questions, and then you can ask, because this is because when we are doing this session, actually I'm entering to a kind of contemplation mode. That's how we do these things, and because of the the distractions, that's why I switched off the urn as well, because I'm not talking something that I understand, I feel from my perception, something that I feel. So in that way, like we are building a samadhi, like a contemplation. So that's why I want you to follow with me as well. Then you will be able to understand what I mean by using these words, because it's really, ladies and gentlemen, it's really hard to do these things online. I know that, so Bindu and Joanna, that you have met us in the Buddhist Detox Retreat, and when you are doing it online, the effectiveness is lower than when we meet in person. That's natural. So unfortunately, yes, I can't be there with you so forever. So that's why we have to travel. So that's why it happens like this. So ladies and gentlemen, today from the beginning, I want to discuss with you this Dhamma. I want to go deeper into this profound wisdom, because day by day, like we are coming to realizations again and again. It unfolds, it unveils the the confusions that we have in each and every contemplation. It unfolds. So that's why I want you to follow this. I want you to realize this. I want you to start contemplating and applying this in your day-to-day life every day. Like whatever the Dhamma right now that we discuss, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that you have to apply 24/7. It's not only limited to that half an hour. So I will teach you, I will guide you, will teach you how to do that 24/7 while you are doing all your activities. Today, when I read the Buddha's, the Satara Satipatthana Sutra, I had a chance to read those textbook, and I realized that Buddha has explained this, and Buddha has like ordered to monks to do this, whatever this practice, 24/7, even eating, even when you eat, drink, sleep, when you try to not, when you are talking, when you are not talking, right? While you are seated, while you are stood up, and every moment, every postures that you maintain, you can do this. So this is something like, I mean, we know that we have defilements, we have the problems in our mind. So Buddha has showed a path to bypass thinking about the problem but thinking about the reality. In that way, you won't be worried about the problem. Instead, you will be looking at the reality. In that mode of in that point of view, ladies and gentlemen, when you contemplate in that way, then you don't have to worry about that, whether you have jati, whether you have these defilements, or whether I have done something wrong, whether I have done something bad thing or good thing. You don't have to worry about them. You just have to focus on always reality. You are doing a meditation. So this meditation that we are going to introduce to you, I don't know whether I would be able to do that today, but in this like couple of weeks, we'll be doing this. This meditation is something that you can do 24/7. We are doing it, so you have to start it. That means you don't have to close your eyes, you don't have to open, you don't have to hide somewhere, you don't have to go to jungle, you don't have to attend 10-day retreats. So instead, what you have to do is live your routine life while contemplating. This is something like you are combining those two avenues, right? For now, don't worry, you have no idea how to do that. That's of course obvious. Let's discuss, let's go deeper, let's delve deeper into this, then you will understand slowly. Got it? Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the whiteboard. It's not whiteboard, it's a little bit ashboard. I don't know. Looks like gray color, right? Right? I think my camera or something, I don't know. Right. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is something like last Thursday, our teacher like showed us exactly what we have to do. Like he was explaining this Dhamma every day, like and then last Thursday he showed us, okay, this is the thing that you have to do every day in your life. Because earlier he was preparing us. That's what we have been doing. So that's why, like, you can remember, like last couple of weeks we have been, I mean, I was in the like in the meditation, sorry, detox your mind. I was telling you that you have to start practicing, you have to start contemplating, you have to dedicate half an hour in your day-to-day activities, at least to contemplate, at least to reflect about this. Remember that 1 and 2 story, anything, right? Those who have done, you will win. If you haven't done, that's fine. You can start right now. There's no guilty feelings. You shouldn't have guilty feelings. See, I haven't done. No, you shouldn't do that. What you have to do is always, like, okay, if you fail like in the past, okay, you have the future right now. Start right now. That's what you have to do. Right? Clear? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I'm going to explain to you a concept called manifestations. You know that. But let's start with clean slate, right? So you haven't, this is the first time you are coming to Detox Your Mind. This is the first time you are attending to Swami Nuhanse's session, and we haven't met each other. Hello, how are you? Good morning. You are just newcomers, and you are, right? You have to have that mindset, okay? First time you are coming here, okay? manifestation. We are going to understand the concept of manifestation. Okay? In a manifestation means, ladies and gentlemen, manifestations are causes driven. That means causes has to come together to manifest something. If there are no causes, there are no manifestation. For example, water droplets, when they come closer, it creates the cloud. When the water vapor condensed means arrange in a close arrangement, right? When they come closer, you will say what? This is a cloud. So ladies and gentlemen, cloud is a manifestation because causes has to come together, causes has to arrange in a particular way, causes has to be arranged in a particular way to bring that manifestation into reality. Right? Oh. So this is the vapor, and then vapor comes closer together, that creates the manifestation of what? Cloud. When you aggregate that manifestation, when you aggregate this water, the cloud, even more denser, then you say it's rain. And another aggregation, when you aggregate those rain droplets together, then you will see what? River. If you boil it, then you will see vapor. Then when you boil water, what happens? You feel fumes, then fumes. When you cool down them and when you pack again, like closely, this is same water molecules. Think about this. Same water molecules, ladies and gentlemen. Ice. Do you understand this? Okay. Now you can see these are manifestations of the same thing, ladies and gentlemen, but arranged in a different way. Arrangements are the difference. There's a difference between the arrangement, but this arrangement creates what? Different effects. So in order to have a manifestation, there should be causes. But the thing is, the characteristic of a manifestation cannot be there in the causes, because H2O molecule is not like cloud. H2O molecule doesn't have a characteristic of a cloud. H2O molecule doesn't have a characteristic of a rain. H2O molecule does not have characteristic of river, but river is what? Aggregation of H2O molecules. The funny thing is, even though they aggregated, they are separated. That's the thing. Even though they are aggregated, they cannot amalgamate to a one thing. Still they are separated. Even you condense and push and you reduce the the amount of distance between water molecules by reducing the temperature. Still on ice, still they are separated. Like your family. Those days my mom, right? When when I left Australia, when I left Sri Lanka for 2 years, and when I went home back after 2 years, he, like, in the airport arrival lounge, like, she hugged me. Even though she hugged me, she can't take me inside like macrophage. Right? She hugged me, but hugged me. So that means like still we are separated. Right? So that means, ladies and gentlemen, even though causes come together, these causes can't become a manifestation. Can't become a separate entity called manifestation. Still causes are there. Still causes are there. In the cloud, if you zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, you will find out what? H2O molecules. Right? When you come out, then you can see cloud. That's why even, when you have fog, see, fog is also what? Fume and then fog. See, there are different form of manifestation of same water molecules. Hiya. Right? All causes, causes come together. Different arrangement creates different manifestation. But the thing is, those manifestations cannot become an entity. Still causes are there. You get the point that still causes are there. Causes can't become a manifestation, but causes come together for manifestation. Then this manifestation is like a ghost, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a ghost. You can't say there's nothing there. You can feel the manifestation, but causes come together to create the manifestation. But the thing is, still causes can't create a manifestation. Causes have to contribute each other to become that manifestation. Then a characteristic of a manifestation is what? Causes come together. Causes come together. Causes come together. That is the manifestation. Got it? But if there's no causes, if there's no causes come together, if there's no, that process is it's not there, the manifestation is not there. Manifestation is not there. Causes have to contribute significantly. Contribute. See, contribute to generate this manifestation. So actually, you can't say manifestation is made. Why? You can't create a manifestation because manifestation is something what? Dependently originating. It is something dependently originating because of the causes. The second characteristic of manifestation is, ladies and gentlemen, the cause, causes come together to manifest, but I'm going to embed that characteristic here as well. You won't be able to find out the quality, characteristic of that manifestation from the causes. H2O is not ice. Ice is ice, but ice is H2O. Right? Then you can't say these water molecules belongs to a cloud. Because you can't claim ownership of these causes for that manifestation. For example, we can't say, this is cloud's molecule. Because that molecule can become in a couple of moments, after a couple of moments, it will be in the rain as well. So can we say this is rain's water molecule? No, you can't say it's rain's water molecule. Then you will say, no, it's a reverse water molecule as well. So tell me, like, if this manifestations are going in the court, going to the court and claiming what do you call, they are filing a court case, that they are saying that this is my water droplet, this is why my H2O molecule. That judge has to go crazy to give that decision, because there's no ownership. You can't claim an ownership. 1 and 2. See our simple example, 1 and 2. What you can see. Huh? So today Mandy got a chance to explain this message, explain this Dhamma with her understanding in front of Bakula Thero, and she said, even though I felt I understood, when I tried to explain it, I felt like I didn't understand at all. Don't worry. You have to just contemplate, and it will indoctrinate into you. It takes time. See, after I write 1 and then I write 2, that creates the effect of 12, ladies and gentlemen. Right? The 12 effect. Right? Now tell me, is this 1 belongs to 12, or because of 1, 12 happens? Because of 1, 12 happens in your mind. You can't say this is 12's 1. Right? You can't say this is 12's 1, because 1 comes first, 2 comes second, and then 12 happens. Right? This is not 12's 1. This is not 12's 2, because then is this now 2 belongs to 123. This 2 now becomes the part of an 123 number. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the manifestation that you experience, this manifestation, you can't project ownership to the causes. Causes cannot be owned by the manifestation, but causes has to come together to experience the manifestation, to create the manifestation, to have the manifestation. Manifestation cannot withstand itself, separate out from the causes, because causes has to be there. You get the gist? Try to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most important theory in this world. I mean, what I understand is this is the only thing that you have to realize. That's it. You don't have to study psychology. You don't have to psychiatry. You don't have to study sociology. You don't have to study what? Chemistry, physics, maths, economics, all embedded in one theory. One shot knockout. This is theory of everything. Okay. So now another characteristic of manifestation is there's no ownership. You can't say there's ownership. Causes can't claim, manifestation can't claim an ownership for the causes. Causes has to be there for the manifestation. Got it? Now this is the important thing. This is the most tricky thing that you need to understand about the manifestation, because these things you can easily project. Whatever that I'm going to explain to you right now is something very tricky. That is, ladies and gentlemen, here I'm going to get an example here. I'm going to do an exorcism. I'm an exorcist who get rid of evil spirits out of ailing minds. Right, ladies and gentlemen, in a candle flame, right? In a candle flame, there are ingredients, right? What are the ingredients? Wax molecule, oxygen molecule, and heat. Those three components has to come together. They have to react. They have to react. That reaction is creating this effect of what? Flame. Got it? One wax molecule, one oxygen molecule, plus heat come together. That reaction itself is the flame. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, flame is the manifestation. What are the components that come together? Heat, oxygen molecule, and wax. Agree? And as you know, the flame is something an exothermic reaction. When these causes come together, that creates the heat. When this reaction happens, it creates another, it generates heat to the system. As a result of that, ladies and gentlemen, it attracts another wax molecule and oxygen to the system. That means this is the T1, the time 1, there's a flame. This flame means there's no flame, it's the reaction. That reaction is triggering the condition, triggering the environment, attracting the causes to the next reaction. This is the flame 1. Wax molecule come together with oxygen and heat generated. It creates the flame. And then what happens? Now, this wax molecule and oxygen here. Wax molecule, oxygen here. It's reaction. Now, this reaction is creating the condition to attract other causes to the party. Now, that creates the second moment of manifestation. So, ladies and gentlemen, manifestations are attracting causes to the next moment. So this is something like, ladies and gentlemen, if there's a manifestation, that manifestation is me creating conditions, environment to generate the next experience, next incident. That means there's no dead end to manifestations. You understand this now? You can't say the end to manifestation. Why? This manifestation is creating the condition and environment to the next moment. You got the point? But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the causes that is going to contribute in the next moment, this manifestation doesn't know that what will happen in the next moment. The song of this manifestation is K Sera Sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not us to see. K Sera Sera. That's the national anthem of this manifestation. I'll prove to you. Right? What happened to other camera video cameramans? Sorry, the video feeds. I can't see them now. They're hidden. Are you thinking? I mean, I want to like your feedback. Whether you understood it or not, because this is something very critical. Something to you have to closely look at it. The initial reaction is generating the condition to attract the next moment's causes. But whatever the causes are going to be there, that cannot be determined by the initial reaction. It generates an attraction power. That attraction power is attracting whatever that is there to the party. That creates the second moment. It's like you are taking something from a shelf. When you take the bottom from the there's a pile of soap, and when you're taking from the bottom, it will come. The next thing will come to the place. You got the point? Whatever that happens in the initial reaction is generating the condition to the next reaction. Then it will come to the party. Whatever the condition, whatever the causes will be joining there, then another thing happens. For example, there's a candle. See? Yes. So is there a manifestation now? No. There's no manifestation right now, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, this is also manifestation. This is whatever the causes come together is also happens like here. But whatever that you are saying is you are expecting flame manifestation. That's something you are doing naughty thing. You can't do that. Right? This is also proper candle. You can say this is also what? Candle. That means what? This is also what? Manifestation. Without the flame also what? Manifestation. Okay, good. Now what happens? There's no manifestation here then, right? This is also manifestation. And when this happens, that's also what? Manifestation. And now what happened? I am providing heat. Oh, so, I mean, what you feel is from this flame, I lighted up the candle. No, ladies and gentlemen, there's no flame. There was no flame here. That was also, actually, there's no flame right now, right? This is also what? A process that was generating heat. So what I have provided here is heat. That heat is creating condition, attract the causes to generate what? Flame manifestation. Got the point? Okay. Now this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see a flame? Can you see a flame? You can't see a flame. Why? Because there's no a flame, because flame is a manifestation. If flame is a manifestation, that manifestation is a process. That process creates the other conditions to create the other condition, creates the other condition. So this flame is now not a flame. It's merely a manifestation process. It's a process is happening. Whatever the causes are contributing. This process is happening. So flame is not something flame. It's flaming. Do you understand that? Flaming. Flaming means what? Not a flame. There's no a flame, and you can't say the flame is dancing as well now. Because whatever the causes come together, that creates that momentary manifestation. Ladies and gentlemen, now the thing is, you can't isolate a manifestation from the causes, from this party. You can't separate out this manifestation, because that's not there. It's something, merely a process happens that creates what? An experience of manifestation of what? Flower, flame. It's a process of generation, generating. Ladies and gentlemen, then you can say dependently originated or originating. Are you lost? Dependently originated or originating. It's originating. It's a process of happening. It's not something done. It's not something completed. It's not something done. It's not something done and dusted. This is being. And the funny thing is, the other thing I want to ask you, is there a doer or it happens? Who is the doer behind this candlelight? No, ladies and gentlemen, you can't say there's a doer, because heat is generating in one moment, that generates that the heat that generates attract the conditions to the second moment, that creates the attract the whatever the causes, and it keeps producing. It's like an engine, right? Daga, 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 daga. You understand that, right? Okay, so you can see now this flame is expecting to live longer. Can this flame live longer? Then you should ask the question again, Swaminasa, which flame is there? There's no flame. It's a process. It's manifesting. Ting, 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 ting. You can't say, may you live longer. May live longer. You can't expect, because this flame doesn't know whatever the causes that which contributes to the party in the next moment. And can you say this flame is moving? You can't say which flame is moving, Swaminasa. There's no flame moving here and there. And sadly, I have to say, what happens? Huh? Hmm? Flame is gone. Where? You can see. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is also manifestation. And this is also manifestation. And this is also what? Manifestation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something you have to understand. every moments, every experiences are what? Manifestations. Like this candle, like this flame, like this river, whatever the water droplet, everything. Whatever that mind has given, the name that mind has given, we'll discuss more characteristics later. So I just need to like come to the contemplation mode, right? Whatever the characteristics, whatever the characteristics in the manifestation is exactly matching with whatever the name that you have given from the mind. For example, clock. When you say a clock, that means whatever that you are giving name is to a manifestation that happens in your mind. Whatever the 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, these causes are not belongs to the clock. These things doesn't have an ownership to the clock. This is not clock's minute arm. This is not clock's hour arm. This is not clocks 1, clocks 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 is creating the manifestation of clock. That means, ladies and gentlemen, this whatever the experience you get right now is whatever the mental fantasy, mental creation actually created in the mind, happens in the mind. These causes are coming together to generate that effect in the mind. So what you have named so far is that effect. You can't name the things that is there in the outside. You have named the things, not things, the manifestations that happens in the mind. Actually, mind is exactly a manifestation. Not manifestations happens in the mind. Mind is the manifestation. I'll simply explain, then you will understand. This is the mental image. This is electrons, protons, neutrons, whatever the things in the outside. We have an idea, this and this are identical. Right? No. This is also contributing to this. This is also contributing to this. Causes has to come align together to generate this effect. Then whatever that mind experiences is actually a mere manifestation. This is manifestation. Do you understand that? At the same time, these manifestations are not, so I told you, right? These manifestations are causes. Causes has to come together. And the same time, these manifestations are what? You can't claim an ownership to this manifestation. Okay, you can't say this is flower. No, 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 no. Flower is here. Whatever that you have given the name is in your mind. That is the manifestation process. That's there. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. And the other thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this manifestation is actually what? It's not something done, it's something being, happening, like the flame. The process happens each and every moment. They contribution generating the image. So you can't say that image is something fixed. You can't say that image is something done. You can't say that that's something that happened, made. When the causes aligning, that alignment creates that effect. Whatever the light wave that comes here, so there's another third cause also contributing here. It's not the same light wave that is contributing to generate this effect, then it can't be the same causes. Causes also actually not fixed, they are also dynamic. Then, ladies and gentlemen, this whole process is a flow. Everything is process, happens. There's a flow, and these are mere manifestations in that flow. Do you understand the whatever the mind experiences are the manifestations? It happens. I'll give some chance, huh? Happens. It's not something done. It's not something fixed. It's not something made. It's not something created. It's creating. Got it? This is the process that happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, if that is the case, right, then whatever the manifestation happens, now earlier I explained to you that when the candle flame is there, when that manifestation is creating the conditions to the second manifestation. Remember, this manifestation is attracting, creating the causes to the second manifestation. It's something like dominoes. The flipping of this tile is creating the causes to the flipping of the next tile. This reaction creates the conditions to the next movement. Roger, got it? Likewise, whatever the manifestation that happens in the mind is creating the conditions to the next momentary manifestation. Just need to understand, stay focused, and just need to understand this, right? This is really applicable, ladies, and you just have to look, you just have to come to that awareness. This is what's happening, right? Happy birthday. Why do you say to you? So proof is in the pudding. You know what? When I say happy birthday, that attract the condition, that creates the condition to attract the matching causes, whatever that matches to the mind, that creates the second momentary feelings. Actually, there's no doer behind this process, ladies and gentlemen. It happens like the flame. See, simply what I said is you haven't done anything. you haven't done anything. It was there without doing anything, but everything happens because of the causes, condition, cause and condition. In the morning, when you wake, right? When you wake up, you get the thought to take the phone. That happens because of you wake up. Wake up manifestation is creating the causes. The matching causes are aggregating to mute or not mute, snooze that alarm. So it's, ladies and gentlemen, basically whatever the effect, whatever the experience that triggers in your mind is actually generating the cascade of reaction. After that, This incident is generating the cascade of reactions to the next like moments. This is like a process. It's not something, there's no doer behind this. And you don't have to worry now. I didn't say anything that don't worry about you. You stay there, contemplate this. Right? Mind is a manifestation. Mind is a manifestation means, ladies and gentlemen, mind is generating consciousness. What is that? Consciousness. That means awareness. Mind is creating what? What is the mind's job? Awareness. Aware. Aware about what is happening. Awareness. Causes are generating the awareness. See, awareness is something dependently originated. Originating. Right now, what you are listening is something, actually awareness of what? You are listening to Swamin Wahanse's sermon. That awareness is creating one piece, one word by one word in your mind that creates the condition. Because you know that I can't do a sermon, ladies and gentlemen, like this. Don't worry, because this is not me who's doing this sermon. This is the process of matching causes come together, creates this experience within your mind. Also, there's a factor. I'm providing conditions. I'm providing causes that creates the effect within your mind. Do you understand this? I'm taking you deeper, okay? I'm taking you a little bit deeper. So that's why I want you to understand this precisely. It's not you are the doer. You are not the doer, right? That whatever because that flame can't do anything. Flame is creating the condition. Whatever attracts, who knows? Matching causes will come together. Likewise, mind is, when this experience happens, that creates what? That happy birthday means happy birthday. That creates the effect. Happy birthday effect. Then I don't have to say anything. Automatically, causes come together to generate the effect of what? To you in your mind. So you can't stop doing it. You can't stop doing it, ladies and gentlemen. It happens like this. What is this? Unmute and like bulbul. I mean, if somebody comes to like first time into this session, then what? Bulbul? Is it? This is not bulbul. No. This is bulbul. When I point this out, you can't stop creating that name. I mean, it's not your creating, ladies and gentlemen. This experience is generating the condition to attract those memories that we have done in the Buddhist detox retreat that I have to explain in before. That generates the condition to create what? Bulbul name in your mind. That is also what? Another effect, another manifestation. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever this there is, river of manifestation. Manifestation river. Your mind is a river of manifestation. There's a flow. What connected? It's a flow. It's a process. Whatever the experiences you have, they are attracting the causes to the next experience. Always there's a connection, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know, you haven't noticed it. Sometimes you think, sometimes random thoughts are coming to my mind. No, ladies and gentlemen, not, they are not random. Even when you see a chair, let's say that you can see a chair, that chair awareness is dragging, attracting something that related to that chair or that black color or that color or something. There's a connection to the next experience. You can't isolate a manifestation and say this is the dead end. You understand that? This is the dead end, that's done, let's do the next thing. No, when it is done, automatically minding moments are happening to your mind. You know that there are six sense as well. Your memories and things to do, whatever the things to do that you think about, okay, I should do next thing, this thing, those are not. So have I explained them? Like sight, sound, taste, smell, touch, and thoughts. I'm talking about this. When you feel something you have done, so see, imagine, ladies and gentlemen, after I write, I get a thought, not I get a thought. Thought happens to close the lid. Thought happens to close the lid. Now we implementing the closing the lid using the hand. Then I keep it there. It's not I do it. It happens. It's like a flow. One cause leads to the other cause leads to the one manifestation leads to the other manifestation leads to the other manifestation leads to the other it's like dumbalakan 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 dumbalakan. The process. It's like cascade of reaction happens. Are you following? You say yes or no? Are you lost now? So this is something, that either sight happens, then sight happens, creates the conditions to thought happens, then creates condition to sound happens, that creates condition to this is something ding 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 ding. These six, this is something like a octopus. Octopus, right? Octopus. Sight, sound, taste, smell, touch, and this is the mind. Mind creates own memories to create that process. These are the limbs or arms. What do you call limbs, legs of this octopus. This is the process that happens within you. This is the manifestation. We'll explain it again and again, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. This is not the dead end. And this takes time to understand. Then we can start practicing. Ladies and gentlemen, that means whatever the manifestation that happens in the mind, actually, whatever that mind feels are manifestations, right? They are not something that is there in the outside. They are causes driven. The causes has to come together to generate that effect. But that effect is very innocent and very helpless and very helpless. Don't know what will happen in the next. That's why national anthem of that effect is what? Ke sera sera. Whatever will be, will be. But the thing is, because here I want you to, think about this and come in the next week, because we have to go deeper, because I need to explain to you the timelessness of this. That's something very tricky again. This is this this goes more deeper and deeper and deeper, ladies and gentlemen. timelessness is also there. There's no time, it's an illusion in the mind. We can discuss about this later. I'm giving like what is that teasers, right? Trailers. But so far, until like next week, like we meet again, because Bakula Thero will explain the same thing again. That's what I asked. Bakula Thero will do the same thing. I'll do something new, and then Bakula Thero will do the same thing again to explain to you. So this is something to that then you will what will happen to you is like, I know that my English sometimes be tricky to understand, but Bakula Thero is professional in English, so he will explain this again. So then you will get the clear picture, not because of the language, but because of this. This has to feel from bottom of your heart, right? Until we meet again, now you have to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to have an awareness, right? That whatever that happens right now is actually, whatever that feels right now is because of the previous moment. Because previous manifestation is creating this manifestation. It's like dependently originated. It's not something random. It's not something out of blue. It's something causes driven. It's something connected to the previous incident. Try to be aware about it. This is the noble awareness. This is the noble alert, which you can do 24/7. If you build that ability, you can do that. But don't worry, you can't do 24/7. I know that, right? But have a determination right now. You will try to achieve this. You will try to think about it. So I know I promised you that I will upload these videos again, right? I forgot to do that. Today I will promise you, right? Keep my promise. I'll do that. I'll find out someone to do this. Okay, I know who to give this job. No, ladies and gentlemen, behind this, whatever that the virtual monastery that we are creating, like this is like virtual monastery. We have everywhere, like from people. Like Despina is from Germany and everywhere. Like this is a virtual monastery, so we have supporters. There are so many people. People are helping, right? Contributing. So this is something, an effort from the everybody. Not only me, not only the Hasita Mahatya, the Minister of Nirvana, and our monastery. This is behind everybody is there. So this is something you have to understand. Now, did you understand that? Now you are trying to aware about that this incident that happens right now. If you're doing an action, think about this action happens because of the previous. There's a connection to the previous moment. You don't have to think, is there a connection? Is there a connection? Is there a connection? Is there a connection? No. That is not contemplating, that is chanting. You don't have to chant, there's a connection, there's a connection, there's a connection, there's a connection. No. This is something you are saying, what you are doing is something wrong, something like that I haven't asked. Imagine like you're doing something in outside and there's a pole, a cross pole. So like if you when you go past, you have to bend your head, otherwise you will hit there, right? Let's say in a situation that you have to move here and there, you have an awareness, you have an alert, this is there, right? When you pass that point, do you always think, pole is there, pole is there, pole is... Do you chant? No, you have an alert that there's something there, so you have to be very careful. Likewise, ladies and gentlemen, this alert is noble alert. You are in an alert that whatever that happens right now, it has a connection to the previous moment. It's like dependently originated. It's not something doer. So here, think about, is there a doer to the flame, behind the flame? There's no doer behind the flame. Flame happens. Likewise, this is also what? Happening. That's why people say it's happening in Sydney. It's not doer. There are no doers in Sydney. There are happenings in Sydney. Passive voice is the voice. There are no active voice. It's passive. Passive. It happens. Sometimes I need to pee now. I need to go to toilet. That thought happens because of what? Whatever from your bladder is sending signals to the brain, and that you feel that something pain, that creates the thought to go to the toilet. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll explain to you do you have more time? 8:15, right? Yeah, we have more time. Even you can, because here it's 1 hour 29 minutes. I was like, I just started. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing. Even breathing, right? Breathing and breathe out. You have a feeling that you are doing it, right? Breathing and breathe out is something you can't do. If you closely inspect, like focus on the belly, you will experience that diaphragm is pushing out. As a result of that, air is flowing in. And then the diaphragm is like contracting and right? When that happens, that muscle is like releasing, that creates the pressure within the cavity. Because of that pressure, air comes out, right? Now let's do an experiment. Try to breathe in. Try breathing. When you breathe in, you feel what? You are breathing from here. Don't you feel that you are breathing from here? You're doing something here to breathe in. That's what you feel. Are you doing something here? Are you doing something here to breathe in? Breathe in. You feel, do this. Right? You start to feel that you're doing something here. You are not doing something here. What you're doing is like contracting the diaphragm. It's not you're doing, it happens. As a result of that, air sucks in. Air go like, right? But the thing is, the tactile sensations generate from here is generating an awareness of what? Breathing. Because of the ignorance, you feel that you are breathing. No, this happens because of this. When this happens, and this happens, that happens. Because of that happens, this happens, this happens, this happens. You can't say that's you can't say one cycle length, there's another cycle, there's a doer. No. Diaphragm, like this happens, what do you call? Push in. No, contracting. As a result of it, creates the vacuum and air comes in. Because of that sense, then diaphragm is releasing. As a result of what? Air goes out. As a result of that, diaphragm is contracting. Then what? So this is like exactly a flame. Ladies and gentlemen, this process happens unbeknowingly. But you don't feel it as a process. You feel what? I am breathing. Unbeknowingly, I am breathing. See, you are saying, what you're saying is, unbeknowingly, I am breathing. Now, how do you breathe? From here. You know, I mean, from the scratch, it's wrong because you can't breathe from here. Right? When you wake up, before you take the phone, think about actually, are you taking the phone or taking phone happen? You know, in the scientific research, we always report scientific research in passive voice. Now I know why we did that. When you're writing papers, publications, they write in passive voice. This happens, and then this happened, and there's no doer. It happened. Doer is hidden because the paper doesn't have any doers, but in the front you have authors. In the scientific publication, you don't have doers because it's passive. It happens. That's how you report. And then, but there are authors who wrote this passive action. Ladies and gentlemen, think. I mean, whatever that you do, hmm, I mean, thought happens to you. This, whatever the condition happens right now, creates this condition. Create. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, in your living room, when you come to the kitchen, you always get the thought. It happens to you to open the fridge and see whether something is there or not. It's not you are doing, it happens. Those days I remember. The thought happens. And then what you're doing is go and open the fridge. No, it's just a thought. So you can't resist. You don't know it. I mean, you feel that thought you feel that you have to do something. You don't have to do something, ladies and gentlemen. Thought happens. There's no doer behind all this story. There's a nice stanza in Buddha's teachings. Natti kammassa karako vipakassacha vedako suddha dhamma pavattanti ete sangsamma dasanang. There's no doer behind the karma. There's no receiver behind the vipaka. Whatever the deeds and results. There's no doer behind the deed. There's no receiver behind the results. So I have said that in a different way one time, one moment. Who remember that? There's no doer behind the action. There's no doer behind the action. There's no receiver behind the reaction. Process happens that creates the condition to the next moment to process. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, since you were born, you are just a puppet raising the hand. I did it, I did it, I did it, but process happens. You have trapped in the middle of a mind game. You feel that you have to do something. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, let's say that people are like, I mean, you're going to the gathering. People are now, let's say they are doing, uh, you know, a project. So you feel that you can see that everybody is doing some action. You feel that you have to do something as well, right? So you go there and now, can I have something to do? You don't have to do anything. You just have to just look at it, but you can't resist staying there. You think you feel that you have to do something, so you start doing it. You don't have to do anything here. It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, when you contemplate in this line of thoughts, you start to feel there's no doer, it happens. That's what Buddha said, Satara Satipatthana. This is for people who knows about this Dhamma. Ekayano ayam bhikkave maggo sattanang visuddhiya. Soka paridevanantu samatikkamaya. Dukkha domanassanang attangamaya. Nyayasa adhigamaya. Chattaro satipattananti. That means, right? There's only one route to escape from this trap to all living beings. That is to liberate from the suffering, to liberate from the fear, to liberate from the anger and all the negative emotions. There's only one route. That's Satara Satipatthana. 4 practice. So we'll explain these 4 practices later. For now, right? This is the first thing that you have to do. This is part of the first practice. That is, now you come to an aware. You try to alert, like build an alert within your mind that you're aware that this happens because of the incident, happens because of the dependently originating. Your mind is an effect that appears dependently originating. It dependently appears, dependently created. That's why when you take your phone, right, you unlock it. It's not unlock. Unlock thought happens because of that unlock it. And then you can see Facebook and notification 55. Red color. When you see that, you feel that you have to do something. No, thought happens to go there, in there. And once you enter there, then your life will be in there. Because one after the other, after the other, after the other, it appears. Then you think, no, you have to do something. So you are swiping, you are cleaning the screen, swiping the screen, but you feel that you are scrolling. Your life will go on. There's a song. What's the Titanic song? Life will go on. There should be something like that. Is there something like that? Am I right? I heard something like. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to become a hero. We are doing all these things to win this game. Come out from this trap. Let's practice this. Let's implement this practice to your life experiences. You have to be aware. In order to build that awareness, ladies and gentlemen, you have to start practicing, this cause and effect manifestation concept. Because we will be iterating this process again and again every week, like to get this message across to you again and again, to get it more clearer to you. So it will take time. Don't worry. So far, right? I'll give you some time to now ask questions right now. From here onwards, think about this first, right? And also, I'm asking from you now. At least we need 1.5 hours. So now I don't know how to finish a sermon because now Sinhala sermon is going for 3 hours, right? Initially I started for 2 hours and now it becomes 3 hours sermon. So please leave us some time to explain this, because this takes time. This is not something that whenever that we meet you, we go deeper, and because we practice this unpuzzles all the problems, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't say, I don't know that earlier I thought, okay, we have done everything. Then when we contemplate, it opens another way. And when you contemplate that, it opens another way. Likewise, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. This is this is very profound, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the cause and effect is the first concept to realize, right? After that, it creates a cascade of concepts that you can unveil from that, from that trap. In a dream, are you creating the next moment or it happens? Hmm? It happens, right? Do you play the dream? No, you are just a watcher, right? You are the observer. Dreams happens. Exactly same thing. Here also, you are just a puppet. Dream happens. Your life is a dream. Okay. That was all. Thank you very much for coming today.